The other exciting thing that was going on over the weekend was the Jacaranda Music Festival 2023. Oh man, it was so amazing. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, it was brilliant. Well put together event. I think
well
the only
organized. It's just
I think the only letdown was that Daliwonga then cancelled last minute,
and that was quite a.
But on
bummer.
the upside, what that did was it gave people more time to experience Murumba Pitch. Oh,
It's good, eh?
I missed it because on Friday I was tired and I was lazy. I'm so embarrassed. I realized just how old I am. Because normally I'd have been like day one, day two, day three. I'd have been within the uns all the way through. But I had to catch up with everybody else on Saturday. So I missed that. But that definitely was something that everybody was talking about. Yeah. The full experience of watching Murumba Pitch on stage. They came all the way from South Africa, gave such an amazing, stellar performance. They were not the only ones to hit the stage. We had the likes of Selma. Selma did a nice little set with renditions of the late Tuku's music, who is, of course, her father. That was fantastic and very nostalgic. When we speak of nostalgia, we had Mateo and friends on stage.
No.
What?
Do you know what? A funny story. Mateo was always, well, you know, my dad had nightclubs in the city. So Mateo, one of the first shows of Starbright was held at my dad's nightclub, and Mateo was there. So then I'm looking at him and I'm like, hey, do you remember me? And he's like, no. And I'm like, well, I was a peewee little girl, and
but this is what happened.
And he looked at me, he's like, Marisa, he remembered my name. Oh, and then I was just like, oh my God, it was Tears of Grace and Marisa. So we had a little bit of also a nostalgic moment.
That is cute.
He was always in our face and in our house and stuff like that.
Love
so it was pretty neat.
Love it. That's such a cute story. But yes, so they took us down memory lane.
Yeah, that was
Willem
really
Tite
fun.
was also in that mix. Oh, wow. It was so amazing to just relive some of those hits. I mean, they sang Pamuhacha. Like, oh man, that's
my
beautiful.
number one song.
It was absolutely beautiful. And to see everybody singing along and swaying, that was fantastic. And then, of course, the night degenerated in the best possible way very quickly because the energy level just the train of thinking is that those are mellow vibes. It started off nice and mellow and then it picked and it picked and it picked and then it peaked.
That's a good word. Peaked.
Man, like it was
just
absolutely
a great
fantastic night.
Really.
Yes,
I think we have some clips.
We do. Before we rant and rave about how much fun we had, let's just show those who didn't make it what they missed out on. An absolutely fantastic 3-day experience. Definitely a highlight for many in the city. I bumped into so many people I haven't seen in donkey years.
In a long time.
Like, that was so fantastic. It was great to make those reconnections, see people you haven't seen in a while, and have good fun.
It was so orderly. You know, sometimes I'm always thinking, so this was my first Jacaranda festival, and even just being able to host at it as well. But just seeing how much people are still having fun, but there was so much order. I didn't hear stories of fights or things breaking out and things like that. So it was a really good experience because remember, I don't go out often because I'm always scared of those kind of situations. I just don't want to be part of it. But you know, just watching how this was organized, it was very well organized.
It was very well organized, and it is definitely a very good lesson in timekeeping for our events organizers. The times were spot on. Yeah. If you are starting at this time, you would start at that time and you would end at the time you were told to end. Yeah. It was spot on. It was seamless. Fun after fun after fun after fun. A big shout out to all the artists who came through. Amara Brown was on stage
she was on
yesterday. Judith Sapuma, I missed Judith.
Did you hear those vocals?
I missed it.
I just was like,
broken.
Oh, really? You missed it?
I did. I was fighting for my life in ways that people don't even need to understand. But I missed that. I was so heartbroken to have missed it. She's amazing.
Amazing vocalist. You know, she just... You know, it's just as I said earlier, just the art and the gift that you have. If you work on it, it's just incredible how you nurture something that God has given you. It was beautiful.
So a big shout out to all the artists who came through, the local as well as the regional artists that came through, graced the stage, gave us the time of our lives for 3 whole days. Now, I must mention, because I have been ranting and raving about how wonderful it was, that it did kind of end on a bit of a downer for a few people, because so what happened was Sanel musician played his set. It was absolutely fantastic. Zimbabweans, we don't understand Afrotech, but we need to get on board because that was a lit
it was really
set.
good.
It was an amazing set, and so he did something that was quite phenomenal, and not many of the artists did that. When he was done, got off stage and went to a section where he was accessible for people to take pictures.
Oh, wow.
And that was so fantastic. People rushed, were taking pictures were having, you know, really capturing really good memories. Then some hooligans, some cantankerous hooligans decided they were going to ruin our wonderful experience by stealing people's phones.
Yeah, a lot of people were also
talking about that. Got their phones stolen last night. And
the night before, because you know what, it was when everyone is trying to leave at the same time or get
so
in
people
at
were
the same
taking advantage of those pressure points to just kind of steal from people, and that's not right. People have had a good experience. People feel safe in the space that they're in, and rightfully so, because it has been created. A conducive environment for people to have safe fun was created and was managed until just a few rogue elements managed to get through. We don't know how, but a big shout out to the security team. They managed to catch a couple of the culprits. And then you should have seen them all sitting down, lined up. It was pretty. Mabiro Vakaita was swift, you guys. I'll give you an example. A friend of mine came. She's like, I want to go get a picture. She borrowed my other friend's phone. Please come take. In the 2 minutes that they got to the front and one of them came back, wow. It was swift. It was like they had a plan in motion and they were just executing it.
I think they watch you. They just watch your movements and just
crazy.
Really see the state that you're in or whatever it is. Because, you know, it's really exciting. If you're excited to take a picture with an artist or whatever, you don't think about So it's really...
It really was terrible. That was such a terrible and such a shame, because the organizers did such an amazing job of ensuring that we were all in a good space. We were all happy. We were all feeling safe. And, you know, but it's definitely a lesson on improvement for next time for them on how else they can plug those holes that they really had managed to successfully plug for the first two days or so. So it of course is a growing festival, and we look forward to watching it and being part of it every year as we go forward. It is our highlight.